Hey guys, I couldn't leave you hanging because I said to go to my Instagram to have a look at the Oracle card for today for the 22nd of October 2020. I'm in my hoodie. I went out to start the DIY type work and felt bad and had to come back in. So I'm listening. I listen to Spirit, I listen to my higher self. I'm back in to quickly do you a quick video on the Oracle card itself. So say hi. Hi. So we've got the owl, number 39. If that means anybody to anything to anybody, beautiful cards.
Why half my hair is just pink? Because
Yeah.
I got something in the background which makes this look pink.
Yes, that's right. So we've got the owl card. Now the owl card is asking us to, the owl is the master of the sky who sees everything with every bit of clarity, who takes note of every sign, every symbol, every signal, really does take in all of the energy around it, all of the frequencies around it, and all of the physical things that it can see, and it evaluates in quick succession as to what step it needs to take next. Now the owl card asks us to not be afraid of the dark, to use the dark as an owl would, as an ally. The owl represents having our brightest light in our darkest places. It asks us to take note of every sign, symbol, number, signals. It asks us to have an open mind regarding the messages from our ancestors. That is so important right now, that we are connected to them. They've been here, done this, and seen why and how we are in the position that we are in today. They can give precious information to you on your individual journey and what you can do to spur on the collective into a reality that we would all prefer to see. Now it also asks us to look at ourselves honestly, to not be the self-deceiver, also to look at every facet of self, every facet of our diamonds, of our inner diamonds, and the facets that we do get irritated with, not to be in self-deceptive mode, but to accept that they are often the facets we need to look at most and the messages we need to get regarding most, because they are often a mirror to something that we need to work on within. They're often a mirror that depicts something that we have tried to hide, even from ourselves, let alone others. And so it asks us to be open in that situation and to be able to see it as a gift rather than something to try and bury and guide your life in the wrong direction in many ways from your subconscious. It asks us to be open enough that we do not shoot the messenger. If a physical messenger is sent into our lives to exchange the truths, that we do not do, the mythological story of Jesus on the cross and hang the sucker, or nail the sucker because we don't like what he's saying, or we take note of others saying they don't like what they're saying. Do not make that same mistake. The messenger is just being used as a conduit from your ancestors to get the message through to you, where you might be finding it difficult to listen to your true essence, to your higher self, regarding facets of self that you need to look at deeper. This would mean that we become like the owl. We have that inner compass, that we aren't afraid to go into the darkest dark, because we actually recognize that we mine our brightest diamonds from there, our greatest growth from that place. And so this true connection is a powerful message today. As I say, I went out to work, put in the hoodie on. This means I'm going to get down and dirty in business, get things done. But I couldn't ignore the fact that I was being told to come back in and do the damn video, because people need to hear this for one reason or another. This is a powerful message for those who have the ears to hear. Now the owl gives you that message to say, open your ears, open your mind, open your thoughts to your ancestral knowledge. It'll serve you well. It will become a guiding compass to help aid you on your way. It also asks us to bide our time, The owl takes in, are you quite finished, Theodore? Oh, 1 second. Mop of hair. So there he is, he's beautiful. So it asks us to bide our time. The owl takes in everything, as I said before, it takes in all of the signs and symbols and signals and frequencies around it, all of its physical environment before it launches down to get the smallest mouse to eat from the greatest height. It does not rush, it does not like to make mistakes, but you know, when it does make mistakes, it can realign itself very, very quickly because it has become skilled at doing so, at working with the environment, with the darkness, with around it. So take note of this today. Let it liberate you, and please let it open up your connections to your ancestors that can give you so much knowledge, that can give you so much peace and so much clarification regarding your situation that you're in, regarding the collectives, and just regarding higher truths that can really lift you out of the also 3D world. And so with that being said, I've got a close connection with owls, and this feather came from an owl that I rescued that correlates with the reading that I did today for the daily energy reading, because this guy, you know, came across as also sweet and also nice and also spiritual, and could see through it, and he'd been very cruel to my dearest friend, and she'd finally gotten out, and we worked to get as many of those animals out there. He does shows with them as possible and try and make him at least give the living environments a better environment for the living, for those ones that we couldn't get out. Now, 2 of those creatures were 2 eagle owls, and I was shown these eagle owls, and he showed me them with such pride. And they were literally 2 fully grown eagle owls, brother and sister, so shouldn't have been living together in the first place. He was attacking her because he was in such fear. He was attacking him. They were being fed wrong. They were so underweight. And I looked at those amber eyes, just like my amber ring. I looked at those amber eyes, and I connected with both of them, but with the female in particular, and made it so that they went to a qualified and lovely falconer, and they got released. These owls were being kept in pitch black, not even being allowed to see the night sky, the moon, that they are so accustomed to, that they're born to fly under. They hadn't been able to open their wings, and they were kept in like a smaller than a doll's house size, like a child's outdoor house, you know, that they would play house in. Like that, but totally blacked out, living right next to a fox, living right next to various other animals that naturally, so these animals were so upset, so highly strung, so malnourished, and kept from their night sky. And I looked at those amber eyes, and I promised them that I would get them out. So me and my daughter worked to get them out, and they were given to a fabulous falconer and his family. And this owl feather being one of them from those eagle owls that were so beautiful and so powerful, and the female in particular, and both are doing very, very well. And we got various other owls released, a snowy owl to another falconer who is doing very well. And so yes, you can hold it. So, you know, that was a good thing, but there was deception there, and there was this, so but there was this so it correlates with the reading. That's what I was saying to you with the reading I did today for the daily energy stroke tarot reading, in that this King of Cups in reverse, so sweetly sickly nice, actually was so deceptive on the underneath and so cruel on the underneath. And he still has not a huge following, but a big following. And we didn't manage to get all out. I'll tell you some more stories about some of the others that we managed to get out though and get released. which was an amazing feeling. I just wish we'd gotten them all out. But this female owl, because of that, energetically has stayed with me. And I did have a very good friend who saw me, who had not heard that story at all, and who saw me appear with an eagle owl on my arm, which they're huge, they're heavy. But you know, in this vision appeared with that, and I recognized that, yeah, that's what I feel from her. That she's become a compass in my life. She's become a compass to stop me from getting entrapped, to give me signs and signals of where to be wary, where to be more planning, more strategic. And it's just a true connection that I wanted to mention with this owl card. I get a bit overwhelmed talking about it because all I can see are those amber eyes staring right at me saying, "Get me out." And we got her out, you know, and we got her brother out too. And they're both living in huge environments now where they see the night sky and are able to fly. And so they're safe. And so the things that we can do in life to liberate ourselves and others around us and other animals around us is so important and so poignant, and it stays with you and it affects you in the best possible way. It drives you forward. That those animals have been kept in there for over 2 years, and never ever being able to spread their full breadth of their wings, attacking each other because they were frightened. And it wasn't natural for them to live together when they were that age in such confinement. But they never lost hope. She connected with me. She recognized that me and my daughter were a different kind of energy. We weren't there to just pet and stroke her and ignore the fact that she was going into a tiny black dungeon again, not being able to see her dearest friend, the moon, every night. She never gave up hope for life. And because of that, you know, she drew us in, and helped us not only help her, but help other animals that were there. So it is a big story for me. When I did do the owl card on Instagram, I couldn't help but come in here and have and do the video on here also, because it deserves my reverence, and it deserves my remembrance, and the true story of liberation from that seeks to be so manipulative, to look so sweetly sickly nice on the surface, but underneath is a current of darkness that needs to be faced. And so with that being said, much love, stay balanced and stay whole. I hope that resonated with some of you and helped some of you in your own situations. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye. Mummy got all emotional on that one. It's
I like this feather piece.
This feather's beautiful. It's very special to Mummy.
Yes.